What's up, motherfoxes? Back to the old oil hog here. Let me put this at my perspective of this whole deal with the leaky oil gaskets and horse shit. I've put several one-piece gaskets on these engines. They have never leaked. This is the first one. Again, from my perspective. You pull the engine out, you pull the pan off, and from where it's leaking from, you're thinking it's a rear main seal, and you see the pan gasket just not fitting at all. It's just too big, right? Obviously, that is where the oil is coming from. What I didn't know, there was two problems going on right there. All right? And when I put the new gasket on and it fits perfectly, and I've never had one-piece gaskets, especially in those two spots, ever leak, you would think it would be fine. So the reason why I didn't put RTV on there is because when you find the gasket isn't fitting properly, obviously that's where the problem was, right? Well, that was one of them. The other one is, it's the pan. It's got to be tweaked in such a way where it's not noticeable, like I said in the last video, but enough to where it's going to leak. And I saw that puddle when it was fresh. I showed it on video when it had been a day. That's quite a bit of oil coming out. Maybe the RTV would have stopped it. I don't know. There's something wrong with that pan. I was looking up pans. I was looking them up. I was gonna do this all over again. But I said, you know what? Why spend the money when we can try and just get some RTV up in there and just seal it, right? The best scenario of looking underneath there to see what I can do is just sealing it against the dust cover. I don't know if it's gonna work, man. I just don't know. I gotta clean everything out of there first. We'll stick some RTV up in there and see what happens. If it leaks, I didn't spend no money. And I don't know what I'm gonna do at that point. If it doesn't, well, we're just gonna drive this thing. How long will that last? I have no clue. All I know is this was a problem that I did not foresee this year. And this car is sitting here and the other car is sitting over there. I haven't really driven either one of them. And this is consuming all my time because of this stupid bullshit here. I'm going to get underneath there. We're going to cramp some RTV up in there. I'm not going to be like, I'm going to try my best not to be like, you know, messy about it. I'm just not going to take it up and start schmearing it in there like a friggin' hillbilly or anything, but we'll see what we can do, man. See what we can do with this. I mean, this is what I got right now. Otherwise, I'm looking at, you know, a few more days of pulling this and getting a new pan. There's things coming up that I want to do, so I don't want to, you know, sit around here with this thing on blocks. So if we can easily fix this leak, cool. Well, I got the edges, but I just can't get this thing up in there. So got the edges. It looks pretty good up in there. The problem is that nozzle's not long enough. And something I forgot I had was this. This is the gas. This is what you use them to. There's no gasket on a 3.5 EcoBoost timing cover. You use this. And I got a whole bunch of this stuff left over. There's probably like that much left in there. And this is supposed to be some pretty good shit. So I did put it in the caulk gun, but the problem is this isn't long enough. Well, it probably would be long enough, but the problem is this hits the oil pan. So looking for these caulk extenders, right? I went to Menards. Got a 3-pack of these things. Unfortunately, they don't fit on this. But they do fit on that. So I'm gonna get underneath this. I wanted to pull a trigger, not push a, because you got to get 2 hands on this to get this stuff to go, you know. So this will be interesting. Because you got to try to put this nozzle where you need it, and at the same time you're squeezing this, and sometimes it takes 2 hands. But that should get us in there, and we'll see how this goes. Wish there was like this big invention where they can just squeeze these tubes. There probably is one, but whatever. Okay, I don't know if this is gonna work, or if this is gonna be too long for me to get in there with that nozzle. But I'm gonna go down there and give it my all. Let's see what happens. This would be way easier if I could do it like this, as opposed to that. So let me try to figure this out. Alright. I don't know how well that's going to be on this side. The rest of it is good. I know it probably don't look the greatest, but whatever. So, we'll see if this stops it. I don't know. I really had a hard time over on this side trying to get that stuff into that area. It's just a pain in the ass. I said something to my buddy about, you know, I hope it's not coming from the other side of the dustpan. You know? And he said, what do you mean, like a crack? I said, he had to go and say something like that, you know. If that's the case, I'm gonna go find a fucking 302 roller block and frickin' take the new pistons I got upstairs, this crank out of here, and regular old lifters, and frickin' build that engine is what I should do. This engine's being a piece of shit right now. We'll see if that bullshit stops it or slows it down or something. I don't know. Like I said, the rest of it's sealed pretty good, but this side, man, what a pain in the butt. And the thing is, you got more access over here. It was just so hard because of this way this thing kind of goes down. So I'm gonna let that sit for a while. She's been running for a few minutes now. Hear the fans kicking on. Okay, we're dripping. Nothing's dripping. Shall we take her off the blocks? Think we licked this problem? If not, there's a plan B. Well, there she blows. We tried. Can't say I didn't give it my all on this one, goddammit. Later, y'all.